Hi everybody, welcome. So today I wanted to sit down and film a new at the drugstore video for you. I recently got a ton of new drugstore makeup and I'm super excited about it. It's been really hard actually not to use it all. So I am getting ready for work today and I just wanted to sit down and film this video giving you my first impression and review of some of these products. Like I said, I got a ton of new stuff. It's been really hard for me not to wear it and touch it, but I really wanted this to be a true first impressions video. I love watching those kinds of videos, so I have not applied any of this. I have not swatched any of this, so I'm super excited to put it all on and see how it all works out. Like I said, it's early in the morning. I'm sitting down, just getting ready for work, so today's look is going to be more natural, everyday. Again, using all of these new drugstore products. I don't think I can wait any longer to use them, so let's do our makeup. So first product that I have is the Neutrogena Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. This has sunscreen in it. It's got SPF 30 along with antioxidants A, C, and E. And the color that I have is 10 Sheer Ivory. This product has actually been around for a while. It's not new. I think it's been out for a couple of months. And I've been really intrigued by it, but the one thing that threw me off for the longest time is the chemical sunscreen that's in it. I typically don't like chemical sunscreens. They're known to kind of cause irritation in people and can cause breakouts, things like that. So generally physical only SPFs, which are your zinc oxides and titanium dioxides, are just overall better for your skin, and they do a better job of that sun protection. And so I kind of tend to stay away from chemical sunscreens. I've also had products in the past with chemical sunscreens that make my skin, when I go out in the sun or the heat, they make my skin tingle and itch, and that's super uncomfortable. So again, I've just always kind of tried to stay away from the chemical sunscreens in products, but I just couldn't stay away from this one anymore. I love Neutrogena and I love tinted moisturizers, so I just really had to give this a try. I'm not planning on doing a follow-up throughout the day to kind of like show you how these wear, but I will go outside and I'll let you know in the comment, or not in the comments, in the description down below if this does irritate my skin with that chemical sunscreen, if I get that itching kind of tingling feeling that I've been known to get with other ones. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit more. This is very sheer, but it applies really nicely. Like, it feels really nice on my skin. Actually, I don't think there's fragrance in it. It smells a little bit, but it doesn't smell like there's a fragrance in it. So yeah, I mean, it's a true tinted moisturizer. It didn't really provide a ton of coverage. It is kind of glowy. And I really like the finish of it. It's, for being a tinted moisturizer, it's not very tacky or sticky or anything like that. So I do like the finish, but yeah, I mean, it's very, very light coverage. It's a true tinted moisturizer, I would say. Moving on to concealer. This is the Covergirl TruBlend Undercover Concealer. I have this in the shade 150 Porcelain. This I am very much expecting to be like Shape Tape, and I think it's strictly in the appearance. I mean, this is a kind of chunky short tube. Physically it looks like Shape Tape, and it's got the big doe foot applicator, so I'm expecting this to be full coverage. I don't know if that will actually be the case, but I think that if this doesn't perform like Shape Tape, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed, only because that's just like exactly what this reminds me of. So I'm going to put this underneath my eyes, around my nose, between the brows. I'm going to apply a little bit more than I normally would, only because I didn't get a ton of coverage out of that tinted moisturizer. And then I'm just going to use my finger to pat this out, and then I'm going to go back in with a brush to blend it. Okay, after patting that out, I do have to say it does remind me of Shape Tape, just in the kind of like texture and consistency. It appears that it's going to be pretty full coverage. I'm just going to finish blending this out. I just finished blending that, and it does, I'm pleasantly surprised because it does remind me very much of Shape Tape. It blended out really nicely. It is a full coverage concealer. I can tell just when it's on my skin. It doesn't feel heavy, but it does look a little bit heavy, but I mean, that's exactly how Shape Tape looks on me, so I'm fine with that. Under the eyes do look a little bit heavy and a little bit dry. Again, though, that's how Shape Tape performs for me, so I'm not really mad about that. I mean, I know this isn't like it's a full coverage concealer. It's not supposed to be light and hydrating. I do think that this could be a nice, affordable alternative to the Tarte Shape Tape. I know there are a lot of those out there nowadays, but again, I'm pleasantly surprised with this. It's a pretty nice concealer. Normally at this point I would set my face, but one of the other products that I have is the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Sculpting Bronzer. This is a cream bronzer, and I have it in the shade Toffee. I'm a little bit scared of this, but I'm going to try to contour with it, and we'll see how it goes. Oh boy, yeah. I don't know. I guess I'll use a brush. This is like, there's a lot of product that came off when I did that. Like, I don't know if I pushed too hard or what, but we'll try to blend this out and see what happens. Oh boy. It's actually blending quite nicely with the brush. I think I just like almost blended all of that away. I can't see any of the color anymore. I think I have a little bit more on this side, so let's see. I put a little bit too much like in my hairline. Oh crap. That's the one thing about like cream bronzers is I just can only like blend the product so much. See, now I have this big like orange patch here. I think I just applied too much. That actually, like, the formula of this isn't bad. It blends out really nice and it's really soft. I think for me, the color is nice. I think this, I mean, like, this is a nice cream bronzer. Typically, I don't go for cream bronzers just because for me, they're not quick. They take a lot longer, and generally I just get better results for a contour with a powder bronzer. So I don't really like layering either, so I don't like going in with a cream bronzer and then doing powder on top of it. For me, especially just because I'm so fair, it's just too intense and it just doesn't work for me. But this, if you're somebody who really likes cream bronzers, I actually like this. I think the color payoff is good. It was really soft and it blended nicely. For me, again, I just don't prefer cream products like this, so I don't know that I'll really find myself reaching for it. Contemplating if I try to put a little bit on other parts of my face. Wish me luck, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, you could, it was alright underneath my jawline there. Again, like this is a nice product. It blends really nicely. Again, I'm a little bit conservative when it comes to the cream bronzers for the reasons I mentioned before. You could definitely build this up if you wanted to. For me, I'm afraid I might ruin it, so I'm just gonna leave it as is and move on to the next product. We just kind of got a weird, like, half contour, half bronze going on today, but that's all right. Those are the cream products I have, so I'm just going to go ahead and set my face and do my brows as well, and then come back and we will do the eyes. And we are back. I set my face using my Covergirl Loose Professional Translucent Powder, and I did my brows using my trusty Covergirl Easy Breezy Brow. So those aren't new products. In fact, I've used those in pretty much every single one of my videos. So next product that I have is the Covergirl TruNaked Eyeshadow Quad in the shade Zenning Out. This is a really, really pretty eyeshadow quad. I have been wanting to swatch this so bad since I got it, but again, I wanted this to be a true first impressions video, so I've kept my fingers out of it. So I'm really excited to give this a try. I have high hopes for this just because I think that these colors, it's like cool tone kind of taupey shades. I just think they're beautiful, especially for every day. Unfortunately though, I haven't had super great luck with CoverGirl eyeshadows in the past. They tend to be a little bit lackluster in terms of pigmentation and stuff, so I'm really, really hoping that when I swatch these right now that the pigment is there, because I have a feeling that it won't be. So let's see. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see these on camera anyway. You can see these two are just completely blended away. If I can get this to focus. I should have done this on my other arm. This is super awkward. Yeah, they're okay. Kind of what I thought. They're pretty powdery. The dark shade is pretty patchy. Let's put them on the eyes and we'll see what happens. Again, I'm going to go for a more natural kind of look today. I'm going to take this taupe shade right here on a blending brush. Yeah, these are super soft. I don't know if you can see all that powder that came off when I just dipped my brush in, but they're very, very powdery. I'm going to just put this in my crease. It'll even show up, I'm not sure. It's an everyday like crease transition shade, I guess. Certainly doesn't wow me, but we'll see how the other colors go on the lid. I'm really, really excited about this shade right here. So I'm gonna put this all over kind of the inner portion and outer half of my lid, and then I'm going to go in with this lighter shimmery shade, and I'm going to put this in kind of the inner portion of my lid and my inner corner. So as I'm putting this on, it's really, again, like it's really powdery and kind of glittery, so the shadow is just kind of like falling and it's not really staying on my lid the best. I'm gonna try to use my finger on the other side and see what happens. I hate using my fingers with eyeshadow. I don't know what it is, unless it's, I have the, like, unless it's a cream eyeshadow, I don't know. I don't like using my fingers for products. I don't know what it is. But if I'm going to actually have to use my finger for this shade, I can tell you that I probably will not be reaching for this palette. It's a super, super pretty shade. It's just kind of, it's pretty sheer. It went on decently with my finger. I don't know that it was like a ton better than with the brush, but meh. I think for every day the colors are super pretty. It's just the actual application that's kind of bothering me. The shades are really, really soft and really powdery, so it's kind of like, yeah. I just kind of like blended that and most of the product fell off. I'm being a very harsh critic right now. I'm gonna try that lighter shampoo, or this lighter kind of like silvery shade in the inner portion of my eye. See what happens. I don't know if it's my application technique or what, but I'm just not very impressed with these shadows. And I'm really, really bummed because the colors are super duper pretty. And I really, really like looking at this, but I just don't think that the quality is there, unfortunately. And I kind of figured that. I'm just gonna take the shimmery shade that I've been using and put that on my lower lash line. My eyes are watering. I think I'm getting chunks of glitter in my eyes. Yeah, we'll call that good. Moving on to mascara, I have the L'Oreal Age Perfect Lash Magnifying Mascara. This product really excited me because I love the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara. It's one of my all-time favorites, and this kind of reminded me of it just with the brush. The formula to me looks like it's going to be a little bit wetter, so I imagine my lashes are going to kind of clump together, but this is supposed to be volumizing. It's also supposed to have a conditioning serum in it, I believe. I feel like there's a lot of product on the brush, so I'm a little bit nervous. It's pretty decent. What do we think on one eye? One coat on one eye. I think that looks nice. I'm going to go in on the other eye now, just getting a little bit of the excess product kind of off of the brush. This eye over here is always my bad eye. I just can never get it to look as nice as the other eye. Lola, could you get down, please? Thank you. Okay. Overall, I think that I like the mascara. I don't know if it rivals my Voluminous Original, but I do like it. We will call it done on the eyes then. The next thing that I have is blush, and this is the Covergirl TruBlend So Flushed High Pigment Blush. I have this in the shade 320 Love Me. This color is super duper pretty. It's like a medium mauve pink, but it's got the most beautiful gold shimmer, kind of like pearlescent gold shimmer in it. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but yeah, it is shimmery. I'm a little bit scared of this, to be honest with you, because it says that it's a high pigment blush, and I don't know like exactly what that means. Alrighty, let's apply. Again, like, I don't know what it is with these products today. Like, it's just, they're super powdery. Again, I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, but like, just like super soft and super powdery. I don't know. I actually really like this blush. I feel like the color is right up my alley. I love these sort of mauve-y, medium pink shades, and it is actually pretty pigmented. More pigmented than I think any other like CoverGirl blush. It's still not, in my opinion, like super duper over the top, but for CoverGirl I would say yes, this is in fact a high pigment blush. There is a little bit kind of that gold sheen It looks a little bit glittery on my cheeks, but it doesn't bother me. It's not bad. Yeah, overall, I really like this blush. I'm pleasantly surprised. Last but not least, we've got lips. So for lips, I have the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. It says it has hyaluronic acid in it. I have the shade 006 Reef. Okay, I just got all the foundation off my lips. I can't stand that when I have leftover stuff on my lips and then you just layer products on top of it. Drives me nuts. So this is a really pretty, like, nudie mauve shade. Again, just like kind of right up my alley. It smells like a creme brulee candle from Yankee Candle. And specifically, yes, Yankee Candle. That was immediately where my mind goes. Oh, nice. I always expect lip products to be scented. And if it's not scented, I am always disappointed. Is anybody else like that? I think like lip products are one of those things. I really don't mind scents in lip products because it doesn't like irritate my lips or do anything weird like that. So when a lip product doesn't have a nice scent, it's kind of a bummer. Overall, I really like this gloss. I think, again, it's not sticky, it's really smooth. I think the color is nice. This is like the perfect kind of shade for me, at least for an everyday type look. So yeah, I like this. I think that I'll definitely be reaching for this too. And that is going to complete this look for today using our new drugstore makeup. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun playing with all of these new products. We definitely had some hits and we had some misses. I think for me, I'm definitely going to be reaching for the gloss again and the blush. I think these two products were really nice. I do also like the mascara. I don't know if it's my favorite mascara that I've ever used, but I'll likely reach for it again from time to time as well. Tinted moisturizer, again, I will leave the final thoughts for you down in the description box below. I will go outside later today and let you know if this irritates my skin, if I get that itching, tingling feeling. If that's the case, then this product is going to be a big fail for me. But if it doesn't do that, then I actually really like it. Concealer was nice as well. Nothing super spectacular or over the top there, but I would definitely reach for this product. For me, I'm probably going to pass on the cream bronzer just because it's a cream bronzer. I think that on for like an everyday look, I could have much more easily and successfully contoured just using my regular powder, so I'll likely do that. And last but not least, probably the biggest disappointment of all was our eyeshadow quad. It's so beautiful and I should have known better. Like I said, Covergirl shadows for me, I have gotten some of their palettes in the past and they're beautiful, but they just do not perform well. And so that's kind of my own fault. I had high expectations for this product thinking that this one might be different, but unfortunately it was not. I can tell that the shadows, it's been like not even 15 minutes and the shadows are already starting to fade on me. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. Thank you again so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in my next video.